Hello and welcome to my video review on Transformers crossover series Top Gun Maverick. Now here he is, and he is in this box that is absolutely gorgeous. He's obviously over an aircraft carrier, got some detail in the back and over the open ocean, and he's just doing a high-speed flyby, which looks awesome, and he's just suspended in midair right there. And at the front we have this logo. Now there's two different versions of this, one that came out before the movie, one that came before the movie and after. And we have, I think, one that comes with the bike, and the other one comes with the volleyball. Obviously, for the volleyball scene in Top Gun movies, or first Top Gun movie. So I think this is the one that came after the movie because it's got the bike. Pretty sure, not 100% sure. Anyway, spoilers on the bottom. Pretty boring stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. So let's open this guy up and take a closer look. So here he is, and he is in a gorgeous Tomcat. One of the coolest planes to ever fly. But first, we'll take a quick look at this bike here. This bike reminds me of RC from Revenge of the Fallen. It's just a very small bike, and it looks quite nice. Just some red and black glossy paint. And, of course, the main event itself, the Tomcat. Now, I already flipped out the landing gear. And in the back here, it's not really landing gear. This is for like the heels and robot mode. But I flip it out for back landing gear. It works. And you can have them come in for a landing. Also, we can have the wings splay out, which would be how the thing would land. It would not land with the wings in. And then once you get to higher speeds, past Mach 1, flip that thing back, and we're going. Yeah, so these wings are very nice. They swivel back and forth quite nicely. And we also have on the wings some molded in flaps. Of course, none of them move, but it is still nice to see. And it's covered in this greenish gray paint, or not really paint, tampograph. And it looks nice. It's a little weird, but it does look nice, and I do like it. And then the thrusters are just solid black, so those pop out quite nicely. And in the front, we have the cockpit. No guys sitting in there. And I don't believe you can open the cockpit, sadly enough. And it doesn't come with any figures that are already in there. And when you do the nose cone, there's no like satellite dish. But I guess that's more for masterpieces. But still would have been nice to see. And at the bottom here, we can fold up the gear. And to fold these things up, we gotta fold these panels up like so. And then bring these up and then close them back down. This thing also doesn't have any air brakes, like a lot of the Masterpiece do. Although I'm comparing this one to like a $100 toy, so there's gonna be differences. And at the back here, we have two external fuel tanks, and these can just pop right off. And these look quite nice. They're molded very well, and these double as another thing, which I'll show off later. But we can just remove those fuel tanks, and we have some hard point mounted missiles. I don't know what missile this is. I don't know my missiles very well, to be totally honest, but there are two of them. There's a smaller missile. I don't know if it's Sidewinder or what, but it looks nice, you know? That's all that matters. I don't need to know what exactly missiles these are. But yeah, they look cool. And removing those, we have just the Tomcat by itself. And this thing is just fun to swoosh around. This is definitely a plane, or definitely a transformer that does its alt mode extremely well. Now that's basically it for this mode, although I don't want to transform it because I love this mode so much. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite alt mode of any transformer, just because I love the Tomcat. But anyway, transform this guy. What we're going to want to do here is come to the back and split it right here, like so. And now these will become the legs, and I guess we can do them right away. So first we'll fold back the side wing there, or the back wing, and we can bring up that landing gear, fold it all the way down, and then get into here, which might be a little tricky, and we got to fold out the toe, which is a little tricky sometimes. You could use one of the weapons to get it in there and pry it out, but I just get in there with my finger and pull it out just like so. And I forgot to plug in There we go. It's got to make sure it snaps in. And the legs are pretty much done. So now we can just get these out of the way and then bring these arms out. And then this whole section right here, these will flip up. And then we can get this piece here swiveled down. That is just right here, and that folds down. And then rotate all of this. And now we will work on the arms. So what we're going to want to do here is swivel it, and then swivel it at that joint right there in this direction, and then bring it all the way down, and then rotate out the arms. There's just a little hinge, and those rotate out. And then there's hands in here, and we can just get these out. And if you need to, you can just use the guns and plug them into the hands and pull them out. But I just use my nails, so I have long enough nails as the moment, just to do it by hand. I'm going to just kind of get these a little situated a little nicer. And now we can fold this back. And there are little black studs that are poking out, and those will need to kind of close up on top. Let me okay. Also, rotate this all down, and then bring this all down. And then we can come to the arms and plug those in. And that will lock all the arm pieces into place. And we get up to the back here and fold this up. There's a little peg and a little port. And we just plug that right into there. And we can bring back the head, straighten everything out. Bring back the nose cone. Squish everything together. Now we have Maverick as a giant tomcat robot. And yeah, he looks awesome. And he has these giant wings in the back as a big jetpack. And we will get a closer look at this guy. And I do like his head. It's got the helmet. It's got the Maverick on there. Very reminiscent to the show, the movies. And that just looks really nice. And we have that red visor, the black face. And the head can move down quite a bit. Can look up. A little lackluster in the up, but we also have a swivel and a little bit of side to side. At the arms, we have a full 360, can go in and out. We have a bicep swivel that can go full 360. We have these shoulder pads. It can move up and down. Nice bend at the elbow. And we actually have a wrist swivel. I'm out of side swipe. Learn. Anyway. Nothing at the waist. It's all locked in. No ab crunch, no nothing. But at the legs, we can kick forward quite a bit, past 90. And at the back, about the same way. And we can do the full splits. Also, we have a bend at the knee, which is a little lackluster. Wish we'd have got a little bit more, especially for flying poses. We also have a thigh swivel. And at the legs, we have an ankle tilt and none going forward and back. So overall, his posability is okay at best. It's really not that great. I really bought this figure for the alt mode, and I'm going to display it in its box. But he still is a quite solid robot mode, and he does look nice. He does fit the part, and he is still fun to play with. Especially with his accessories, which I'll get with. And first we have the missiles, and these can plug in on any port that is 5mm. But what I like to do is plug them in the back here, just like so. And now we have missile launchers on his back, or you could act like they're little rockets to send them in the air. Also, you can flip them up, which is the why I like them up here the most. So now you have missile shoulder cannons that look pretty cool. And we have the fuel tankers, which can move up and around, and they form shotguns. Like that. That is super creative. Whoever thought of that idea needs to get a promotion. That's pretty neat. And we can just plug these into his hands. Bring these things back down for now. And we can get him in a nice classic pose here. Something like that. But yeah, overall this guy is definitely worth pickup. I wouldn't pay much over like $40. Simply that's just kind of the price I believe this thing started out at. And it doesn't feel quite worth paying any extra money for it. Especially if you don't really care for the Tomcat, I wouldn't pick this up. This figure shines in its alt mode, and without the alt mode, it would not be much of a figure at all. And that's pretty much it. Joints are pretty solid. The accessories are quite nice. And that has been it for my review. See you guys later. Peace out.